What's going on, boys? How you doing, Turkey, Ginger, G Money, Ricky, Andrew? Welcome back. Just just like Turkey said, a good start to the week, good start to the month. I mean, almost 100% on play so far since Friday, and let's just have the best month of the year so far. What's up? Let's get into it right now. Obviously, the market's still a lot of macro factors in play here, but the price action is suggesting we go up, so we're gonna play bullish. We're gonna turn bullish. We can't fight the price action. That's the number one way to go broke in the stock market. Now, saying all that, there is a lot of stuff that can happen here. We're not all in the clear here. Obviously, BAC and Wall Street Jesus giving those buy signals was very, very bullish for the market. If you guys look at the SPY chart here, we are at some serious resistance levels. Right now, it looks very, very bullish. We did have a little bull flag breakout on SPY. As we called out perfectly at My Stock Life, I mean, since Friday, we went bearish from the morning, nailed the puts, and then we nailed calls right after that. Today, we got those HD, AMD hit, HD hit, and a lot of people still holding, so further upside is possible there. SPY, what I'm watching for now is this little resistance zone here still. So between 458 and about 462 on SPY is a heavy resistance zone now. There will be a lot of people trying to sell. Look at the volume today, guys. This is the lowest volume that we've had in a long, long time. So keep that in mind. I know the market can melt up on small volume, but I don't remember the last time we had this small volume on SPY in a day. So was this real buying or was this people covering their puts because they were wrong? I don't know yet. But if you look back on the SPY chart, why can't I keep that line there? That's weird. The last time we had volume this low was November 11th on a pullback, and the next day the market reversed up. So just keep that in mind. If we do reverse tomorrow, do not be surprised, especially due to the low buying volume today. And let's see what it has in store for us. And remember, on Wednesday's FOMC, I do not suggest getting too long going into that meeting. Obviously, it's a binary event. Anything can happen. If they raise rates by 50 basis points, I do think the markets will pull back a bit. If they raise it by 25, I think the market will rocket. I think the market will continue going up. If they don't raise at all, then the market's going to absolutely rip, in my opinion. I know a lot of people thought this was about the Ukraine war. I still think this pullback was more because of the Fed instead of the war, but obviously the war added on to it. What's up, Tonka? How you doing? QQQ, again, guys, remember we're watching this weekly level. Right now, obviously everything looks bullish. Same thing as SPY, bull flag breakout. Everything is flying. We have a huge resistance here. All the way from February 2021 on the weekly, we have this very clear trend line, and it sits at about 370 to 372 area. We also have this resistance from back here in July of 2021, where we have struggled to get through in January, February, and back in July, August times as well. So this is a big level for QQQ. If we can get through 373-ish, I think we're back to all-time high. We're going back to all-time highs on QQQ around 408. But until we get over there and close above there on the weekly, I still think there's some risks buying up here. I mean, the buy point was very clearly back here. And now the rally has gone a long way. Market does look strong. Just be a little more cautious here is all I'm saying. I'm not saying go short. I'm not saying don't go long. I'm just saying be a little more cautious, guys. XLF. This one was lagging the rest of the indexes for a long time. Again, today we closed red, but we did put in a doji candle today. And there was some kind of volume today on XLF. So suggesting some people may be rotating back into XLF starting tomorrow. Let's see if we get a bump tomorrow on XLF. If we do, that means the market probably is pricing in some higher rates. Other than that, it is the weakest index by far. It's below all the moving averages. Not too interested in going long banks unless I get like a scalp or a lotto play for this week. I'm not buying monthly calls on banks anytime soon. And if the market does get weak, I still love the bank puts the most. What's up, Carlos? How you doing? And here's IWM. Pretty strong candle today. We did get over Friday's high, which is important. We did get over Thursday's close as well. So nice little bull flag breakout on IWM as well. But again, the main level on IWM that I'm watching is 209.55, guys. Over 209.55 confirms that this base was just a base and we're going higher. Because remember last time we got into that range all the way back from January, and we rejected right away. So we need to go back in there and stick in there this time. Other than that, VIX is absolutely getting smashed. I mean, I don't remember the last time I've seen VIX this weak, especially with this much stuff going on in the world. Like, I don't know if you guys watch the news, but there's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, Sri Lanka's in a mess right now. China has COVID shutdowns. There's a almost a world war starting. The Fed is raising interest rates. The Fed is pulling liquidity from the market, and the VIX is just dying off. That's just what the stock market does, guys. If you guys get too stuck in one way, by the way, I'm still seeing a lot of perma bears on Twitter, so not much has changed there. Until those perma bears turn bullish, I think the market will continue to melt up unless something crazy happens at the Fed minutes or some kind of extraterrestrial thing comes out. Because right now the market has literally been hit with like 9-10 things that should have brought it down, and the market stayed up. So basically almost everything that could have gone wrong with the market has gone wrong. And yet we were only 3.7% off all-time high last week. So that should tell you how strong the market is. No reason to stay bearish here at all, in my opinion. HD was the play that we took today. It was one of my only heavy plays I took today. Why did I take it? I put it on the newsletter, guys. I suggest you guys read the newsletter. There's a lot of setups on there. I don't make it for fun. You know, it's made to try to help you guys. Here's the weekly support level, very clear. I just moved a support line that I did not want to move, but okay. So there is a support here on the weekly all the way back from August 20th. It struggled to get through there the whole year last year until finally ripping through in March of 21 after the COVID crash. Was that COVID in 2021? No, it's 2020. Okay, so wow, it's been a long time since COVID came. But yeah, so huge resistance zone here between 300 and 290. So it's a 10-point range. There's no exact number on it. And as you see here, after we ripped all of last March, last April, last May, we pulled back finally later in May, and we came and retested the previous resistance, turned into support, which is always what you want to see. Went on a massive run last year, and then we just gave a lot of it back, guys. So we came all the way back down. We're testing prices from June 2021. HD, obviously one of the strongest companies in the world. And yeah, lumber prices went up in March as well, as Ricky said there. I think that's Ricky, I'm not sure. But how are you commenting on my stock life? I'm signed in on my stock life. Cool. Okay, so anyways, we bought it this morning. It showed some strength. I seen some intraday support here. We grabbed the 310 calls for next week from 260. And now they were going for about 340, 350 by close. And look, and I do expect some follow through. I didn't play this just for a one-day move. I do think we get a little bounce. If the market gets weak, I really want to sell these tomorrow before the Fed minutes if I get a nice pop tomorrow. So let's see if we can get a gap up and a nice little close on these for some profit. AMD, I'm not saying the Fed minutes are going to be bad. It's just I don't play earnings. I don't play binary events, so I try to stay out of it. Matt's a wizard, so that's T. Here's AMD, because Ricky can never say nothing nice about Matt. But here's AMD. So we took these calls last week on Friday. I seen some flow coming in for the May calls. So I followed it. I took a shorter expiry because I wasn't planning on holding till May anyways. And this morning they were above 2, so there's a nice little gain there from 140 to 2. And today we ended on a little hammer. Very weird price action this morning is why I exited quickly. Like, I mean, while AMD was doing this, AMD had an initial pop pre-market, gave it all back right away. But we did recover, obviously. But the thing that was kind of tricky was they made an acquisition this morning. Last time they acquired XLNX, the stock got hammered for a couple days after they announced the announcement. Ricky. And NVIDIA, you guys see NVIDIA right off the bat, big ripper, whereas AMD took a big dip. So I was thinking maybe they were going to price in that acquisition news badly like they did last time for XLNX. But it did recover, closed nicely, and I am bullish on AMD long term. So let's see if we can get a push up to this 50-day moving average again, which is at 114.88. If I do get a dip on Wednesday, I'm watching 3 names mainly. I'm watching Alibaba, I'm watching Penn with Turkey. Thanks for pointing it out. And I'm watching AMD, guys. So those 3 plays I'm watching very closely if we get a nice little dip on Wednesday. Here's another name I'm in, equity for it, Tilray. Obviously, that bill passing pulled it back a little bit. The bill passing pulled it back a little bit last Friday after I got the equity. It's equity. I'm not worried about premium burn. And we have earnings on Wednesday. So let's see if we can get a run up tomorrow, possibly into the earnings report. Technically, this is perfect right now. I know it's been a very long time since I said weed stock had a nice chart, but this is setting up very, very nice. As you see back here, daily popped over the 50-day, but we gave it right back. As you see back here, daily popped over the 50-day, gave it right back. Again here, popped over 50-day, gave it right back. So that's what weed stocks have been doing. I'm not long-term bullish yet. They have to prove a lot in business. But the thing I like here is the weekly. If we close this Friday over the 21-day, which is at 767, that's going to be the first time I believe that we closed a week over the 21-day moving average, which we did on March 21st. Last week we closed back below it, so let's see if it just wanted to fill the gap and run back up, or if it's done with. If it's done with, then we'll get out of it. It's equity. It's not going to lose that much. Maybe lose like negative 10, 15%. But if it is positive, we have a big key. We can see big gains in this one as well. As you guys seen, Tilray likes to short squeeze when the least amount of people are in it. So it wouldn't be too bad of an idea holding the equity. One name to watch here that I like watching for the future, the earnings were very good on Lululemon. I've seen a lot of call flow coming in this one. And also, if you guys see the 200-day, I know it's hard to see on my screen. It's a different color. Let me just change it up for you guys again. I don't know why it keeps changing back to blue. But this yellow line, why can I still not see it? That's weird. Okay, so that little yellow line, I know it's hard to see. I don't know what's going on with my trading view. But the yellow line's at 384.04. We closed today at 384.14. 384.18, sorry. And that means we closed above the 200-day on Lululemon for the first time since January 3rd. So keep an eye on this Lululemon. They had great earnings. They are very bullish. A lot of analysts are upgrading it after those earnings. And there is some key resistance up here in the 384 range. So keep an eye on this one for the long term. You guys can draw this out yourself, but yeah, I'll just show it. So obviously the 200-day is big resistance, guys. Now that we have closed above it, if we hold above it tomorrow, watch this resistance zone. If we take it out, then it should keep going. And another one I wanted to go over was the trade of the week. It never gave us an entry today. It happens. I love this name going long term. They have great earnings, great pricing power. One of the best energy companies there is ENPH. Took out a key resistance today, never looked back. I was looking for a little pullback to buy a dip in the morning. Other than that, ENPH I do think goes back to all-time high by their earnings. Their earnings are always almost always good. Like as you guys see here, big gap up on earnings, plus 12%, even though it's sold off all day on the last earnings. Right here, plus 25% almost on their last earnings. Before that, more big gains. Like their earnings are always good, and they are one of the most profitable energy companies. So keep an eye on this ENPH, especially with oil over $100. They're going to be looking at these alternative energy plays. XLM is a crypto I actually got today. Why did I get it? The hourly looked like it was turning up. Bitcoin's at good. Bitcoin looks strong. It looks like it's just a healthy pullback so far. And all we're watching for is this bull flag to hold. If this bull flag holds, I think Bitcoin goes a lot higher. And as you guys see, it's very similar to IWM, where it broke below the support. It based out for months, and now we're finally getting right back on top of it. So keep an eye on Bitcoin. As long as it's closing over this 45,800 level, I think there is more upside in this one. You can go into Perry here. Perry, another great earnings report, it looks like. Or what happened? Something happened today. It's up 16%. I know Blitzkrieg knows everything about this. You might want to tag him in the chat. He's done all the research, all the financials, everything. So Perry looks great. Big volume, big gap up, 16%. I mean, what else can you ask for? If it's strong and I look into it and there's good news on it, keep an eye on the other ad tech sectors. So TTD is one. MGNI is another one. PUBM is another one. And Equity. Equity is the last one. So keep an eye on these other ad tech names, guys. Usually when one runs, they all start moving together. So obviously it's hard to chase Perry when it's up 16% today, unless you still have it from when Blitzkrieg initially gave it around, I think he gave it around 20 bucks or less than 20 bucks. And I sold that equity, but keep an eye on the other ad tech names, guys. Other